It was 1990, and I had become uncomfortably numb. I'd been working for 5 years at a tech company near San Francisco. 6 months prior, we'd been acquired by a large corporation an ocean away. The new bosses were making lots of unwelcome changes to our development projects, to how we worked, to our job titles, to our pay. Before the acquisition, we felt like family. Now, we're treated like commodities. I thought I could tough it out. I put on a mask of detached professionalism, and I was the epitome of calm and cool. Surprising what you can get used to, what you can learn to put up with if you stop caring. On that one particular day, rumors of the layoff started mid-morning. Coworkers were being called up to the front office and not returning. I wasn't too attentive. I was busy prepping some electronics for a buddy to test. I got concerned when my friend Gordy didn't show up at the lab to do that testing. By lunchtime, the grapevine reported 14 people were gone, but it was not a layoff. 2 hours after lunch, I found Gordy cleaning out his office. "Hey, is it true?" He didn't speak or looked up. He just nodded his head. "Bummer," I commiserated. "Anybody else from engineering busted?" "No," he sighed. "I don't think so. Mostly the stoners from manufacturing." I gave him a respectful minute and then said, "So what happened?" Gordy stopped gathering up his stuff and sat in his office chair. He said, "I bought a couple of joints a couple of times. They had pictures, they had witnesses. They prepared a resignation letter, and they wanted me to sign that paper now and leave today, or they were turning the evidence over to the police." All I could muster in response was, "Geez, getting caught with dope could still mean court, fines, and even jail." Gordy stood up again and resumed boxing his gear. And then he added, "Those two new facility guys, Ariel and Mark, they're narcs." I was stunned. Only that morning, Ariel Montague had come to my office and told me his 3-month contract with the facility team was over, and he wanted to say goodbye before he left. I smiled, thanked him for his assistance, shook his hand, wished him well. Ariel had been friendly. He'd helped me whenever I needed to move large lab equipment. Ariel Montague was a plant. We'd learn later that Ariel Montague and his partner, Mark Skywalker, were Pinkerton agents brought on by the new corporate owners to investigate on-site drug use and sale. Yeah, the names sound like aliases, obviously, but I was oblivious. My antenna for narcs had atrophied since college, where on occasion I toked. But in the moment, I was into beer and wine. Oh, I'd seen the guys from manufacturing, toking, hanging out on the bluff above a trail I walked at lunchtime, but it was the Bay Area. People did their own thing. It didn't bother me, but it apparently bothered our corporate owners quite a lot. Gordy's back was to me as he cleared his bookshelf. I asked, "So what are you going to do now?" Without turning around, he said, "Go home, tell my wife, find another job." Gordy had 2 young kids. The company wasn't going to give a reference. There'd be no severance benefits. I tried to be supportive. I said, "You're a great software engineer. You'll find something new real quick." Gordy looked up at me and said, "Sure," as he closed a full box of books. "Thanks for stopping by." In general, we engineers were not an emotionally expressive group, even in the best of times. So I went back to my desk and tried to concentrate on my afternoon workload. That evening, I finished work, and mine was one of the few cars remaining in the lot. I was surprised when I found my passenger window was broken out. Glass on the seat. I lost it. I got angry at whoever had randomly smashed the window and then figured out it must have been one of the 14 guys who got busted. I got angry at them. And then I got angry at the narcs who tricked them. And then I got angry for Gordy losing his job. And I got angry for everything else that was going wrong at work. Numb no longer, I realized that if I cared and I was going to stay, I was going to have to start trying to alter the awfulness at work, even if in the moment I didn't quite know how. I'd have to believe that even one voice, though, could make a difference. Thank you.